Hey Techno Studs! In our last couple videos, we identified the network portions and the host portions of our IP addresses. Now what we're going to do is we're going to discover something called a network address. So let's talk about what a network address is and then figure out what the network address is for each one of the networks that we have, or an IP address within a network. Figure out what the network address is. It's back to our network topology. Here's our corporate network right here. And we've got it broken down into smaller networks. So right here we have some sort of network. Perhaps this is the headquarter office, and this is perhaps a satellite office right here. So we've got these different networks that are out there. They have to be within a different range for us to be able to send traffic back and forth throughout here. So you'll notice that I'm using the 192.168. That is a class C. So the first few bits of here, the first 3 octets of both of these ranges are the network portion. And the network portion has to be different for all of my corporate network to be able to route traffic across here. So then we have the host bits, which is the last octet is the host bits. So what we need to do is we assign a network out here. So this is the network over here. We assigned a range for the network over here. And then somehow we distribute IP addresses for each of the hosts. So maybe this is .5, this is .6, maybe this is .152, maybe this is 153. We assign different addresses to all of these devices that are on there. So this device right here has an address of 192.168.0.5. That is the address of that machine right there. But we also have this right here, 192.168.0.0. That is what we call a network address. A network address can't be assigned to a host on the network. And so the network address is the first of the range. The first address of a range is the network address and cannot be used on any other device. So what we need to do is we need to, when we have an IP address, be able to identify what the network address is of that IP, for that IP address. So an example is if I see a 192.168.1.152, I can recognize that a 192 is a class C. So the first 3 octets is the network address. The last octet is the host address. And I can, from that information, be able to determine that the first host of this network is a .0. So my network address is 192.168.1.0. All right, your turn to practice this. All right, let's go through that process one more time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at this first one here. It's a 132.222.111.23. By referencing this chart over here, I see that as a class B. I know that this first 2 octets is the network address, and the last 2 octets is the host portion. So if this is the first user or the first address of that range, I'm going to say 132.222 is the network portion of it, and the first address of the range is 0.0. So that is my network address there. I'll do one more here. So I've got 18.125.118.44. It is a class A. So I know that the first octet here is the network. And then if I zero out all the hosts, it's the first address of the range is 0.0.0.0. Excuse me, I said one too many zeros there, but you get the point. So go ahead and pause the video, go through the rest of this, and then you can hit play to check your answers. Let's see how we did. So I'm going to pull up the answers here. Go ahead and pause again and then check your answers. Great, hope you did well with that and identified the correct network address. And make sure you get this down. If you need to practice more, go ahead and practice more because this is going to be something critical for you to really understand before you move on to other videos.